hand me the remote.
No.
But I've seen this before. The guy gets gang-hooved by a bunch of really stupid cows.
Gang what?
Gang-hooved.
Would you be quiet?
Jesus.
We promised it. Here it is. Gotta do an episode about ALF. It's a fucking crazy show.
Really bizarre.
Yeah. It was on for 4 seasons in the late 80s and 1990 ended. ALF is an alien from the planet Melmac.
Alien life form.
Alien life form.
And what's his, hey, Shane, what's his real name?
I believe it's Gordon Shumway.
Yeah.
Gordon Shumway. And he follows like a ham radio signal to the Tanner's house, which is in Southern California.
Jesus.
And he ends up having to stay with them because his planet was destroyed by a nuclear war. Well, let me fill you in on something.
Why? PETA?
Apparently, a kid put a cat in the microwave and tried to cook it because he just said it was because he saw that you're supposed to eat cats on ALF.
Seems as good as my Noid thing I told you today.
Yeah, NBC got all scared, and so after season 2,
Dang, man.
he couldn't talk about eating cats anymore.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
Wow.
That's right up there with Beavis and Butthead not being able to say fire.
Yeah.
His whole thing was cat jokes, and they ruined it.
They took it away from him, and when the show originally started, it was supposed to be a little bit more for adults than kids, right?
Oh.
And so that's, I think, why they started with things like eating cats. And he would drink beer. He would drink beer in the first season.
Beer
he was like a little more wild. And then the kids liked it, and so they started sanitizing it.
Shit.
E.T. drank beer, right?
Well, E.T. drank beer, accidentally. Alf was drinking beer on purpose, man.
Oh, yeah.
E.T. got wasted.
Alf enjoyed the beer. Alf is like, how old is he? I've got it written down somewhere here in my notes. He's hundreds of years old.
Yeah, he's old.
He's so like when Willie's like scratching him behind the ear and stuff. It's kind of strange.
It's like like if you went up to a little old man and started scratching him behind his ear.
Yeah, right.
I wish he was like a more slimy alien, so they didn't want to touch him. I wish he didn't have like the fur, like he was like something off-putting, like a mucus layer on him, and they're just like, Alf, you're great, but I don't want to touch you.
I have Alf's birthday here. I found it in my notes. Alf's birthday, October 28th, 1756.
He's seen a lot.
Yeah, he is old, man. Older than the United States.
Did he ever come to Earth before, or was this the first time he's been?
That I don't know.
Or are we gonna have to wait for the Alf prequels that are hitting Netflix?
Well, there are Alf prequels. There was a spinoff.
What?
There was a spin-off cartoon.
I remember the cartoon. I watched it.
And the cartoon was a prequel. It was about him and like his girlfriend and stuff on Melmac. Yeah.
It sucked.
Yeah.
I remember watching it.
Oh, it was crap. Yeah, it was really bad. It was called Alf the Animated Series.
Of course.
And then that had a spin-off where they did another one called Alf Tales, where Alf would be in fairy tales.
I'm pretty sure I was out for Halloween one year.
Oh, yeah.
I might have been.
Like that.
So much Alf.
I think I had one of those crappy Halloween in a box Alfs, like with the rubber
Oh,
band
yeah,
and
with the plastic
probably
mask.
like, went around the first season or so, whenever that was kicking
really
off.
Weird because when you look back at it, he doesn't look that cool.
No.
Well,
No.
okay,
No.
we're at a perfect point right here. We got this magical screen behind us that can show up pictures.
Yep.
Let's put up a picture of Lane's Alf Halloween costume for when he was a young lad.
Excellent.
Who's in that Alf suit? It's you. You were in an Alf suit, right?
No.
Who was in the Alf picture?
I went to...
You saw a shitty Alf. It
I
was
was
you and the
supposed
shitty
to
Alf.
be-
Okay, we've got the shitty Alf pick up now so people can see.
It's not only Shitty Alf, it's Shitty Big Bird.
And Big Bird.
You have that available that we could put up?
Yeah.
Maybe it's not up now?
It might not be
I
up
might
there.
put a drawing. Go ahead and I'm
I
ruining
did.
this.
It actually just popped up on my memories.
Oh, hell yeah.
Good. I once saw an Alf just out in front of a car lot here on Highway 99.
Yeah, a
in
couple years
Oregon.
ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he does. Alf works over there.
And
That's the real Alf.
And he's
Spinning
grown.
the sign around?
He's grown. He's like 6 feet tall now. So it's weird. It's super weird.
He works for Lou Glutz Automotive. Plug for Lou Glutz.
There you go.
Blue Bloods, nice.
All right.
So in 2018, they announced on NBC that they were going to do an Alf reboot. And then like 2 months later, they were like, no, we're not doing an Alf reboot.
Why did they do that?
I know, just like to tease us. And it was just going to be that Alf came back to Earth and lived with a completely different family in modern times. You know, like forget about
I think
the
we're
Tanners.
ready for more Alf. I think the fact that I started like bringing back Borat jokes, and then a new Borat movie happened. Like, I
Yeah.
think if we were talking about Alf, we're gonna
This might
will
be
it
enough.
into existence. 'Cause
Is
I
Busco alive?
Busco is 69 years old. I checked today, and he is
Nice.
living. There's another Alf spinoff. Do you know that Alf had a talk show?
I don't know if I do.
Yeah.
Refresh my memory
Is it
here.
a late night show?
It was a late night talk show. It was called Alf's Hit Talk Show. It was in 2004.
Whoa.
And it was on TV Land, so that I guess I don't even know if TV Land exists anymore.
Jeez, I
it
don't
was
think it
like where
does.
they showed old sitcoms and talked about sitcoms like a bunch of nerds. Who would want to watch a channel like
Yeah, I
that?
don't want to watch anything where they talk about sitcoms.
Yeah, let's see.
But guess who Alf's sidekick was? This is no joke. Who Alf's sidekick was on his hit talk show?
Pee Wee Herman.
Nope.
E.T.
Nope.
E.T. Herman.
Ed McMahon.
Whoa.
Because Tonight Show was over at that point with Johnny Carson, and Ed McMahon was looking for work, so he was Alf's sidekick.
That's cool.
Imagine.
I have not seen Alf's hit talk show. I've just been reading about it.
I hope it's on YouTube.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to look for it. It's got to be pretty good.
That's crazy because Ed McMahon was born in 1746.
He also
that's why
eats
they put
cats,
those
I
two
think.
together.
Yeah.
I heard he eats cats.
Yeah.
He looks like a cat.
Their voices are really close. I wonder what that'd sound like. Like, he's kind of like got
Yeah,
that
they
kind of
both have
alfish
that, yeah.
voice, which is weird.
True. Yeah. You reminded me earlier today, Nate, about Permanent Midnight.
Yep.
You guys know that movie?
Uh-huh.
So that movie's about one of the writers from Alf.
Oh, right.
And so they've got like a fake Alf in the
Fake
movie.
green, weird ass
Yeah,
Alf.
look behind us right now and
Oh,
look at
it
the fake
scared
Alf.
me. Oh, it scared you.
Does anybody remember what the fake Alf's name was?
Ralph?
I've never seen the movie, but
Mr. Chompers.
Oh, Mr.
So
Chompers.
yeah. So that's Mr. Chompers there. Now
Was it Ben Stiller?
it's the Ben
Stiller.
Ben
Yeah.
Stiller's the star of that
He's
movie.
playing
yeah,
the writer. Yeah.
Yes,
That
yeah.
guy wrote for
is it out?
Moonlighting. He
It's
wrote-
old.
It's an
like
old
from
movie.
the 90s.
Yeah. It's,
Oh.
yeah.
Like 98, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, it's it's not
And he's
really,
like a junkie writing for Alf, right?
yes, and it's a true story about how crazy it was behind the scenes. You want to tell us a little bit about some of the production like issues they had laying on?
Or Shane,
On-
or whoever.
Well, I know the stage itself was a raised stage with all the set itself was like at least 4 feet above the ground, so the puppeteers could get underneath and move around. And from what I've heard, back Alf's Alf's buddy Ralph.
Alf?
Yes.
No, it was like it would take hours to shoot one simple 5-minute scene. You know,
Stupid.
just because the actors were always pissed off, and Willie was always just Alf.
Yep.
Yeah.
So Max Wright apparently did not like being part of Alf and was constantly like pissy and complaining.
Did he really develop a crack habit, or was that some TMZ stuff back in the day?
No, that's true.
Okay.
That is true.
Okay.
Yeah, Max Wright he fell on hard times and was like maybe homeless and doing crack and stuff. Wow. And TMZ or somebody found him out there. He said that he despised having to act with an inanimate object. He when it was over, he said he was hugely grateful that the series ended. He would walk around and after a take, he would scream out, "Curse you, Hussein," because he felt that like it was like he was being tortured by Saddam Hussein when he was working on Alf. And like,
it's almost like he was smoking crack.
yeah, maybe he already was at the time.
I mean,
Curse you.
what other things have you guys seen him in besides Alf?
The Norm Macdonald show. Yeah, there was that Norm show that was on with Artie Lang for several years, and he was on that show.
Right.
He worked with Norm. That's the only other thing I know him from.
Damn.
Well, that happens a lot. These serious actors, and they get on a hit show, but it's not really what they want to be doing. And like the whole Aunt Viv thing on on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right? She was this serious actor and thought her role was so important, and they ended up firing her, and nobody barely even noticed. You know, it's like maybe they should just appreciate the fact that getting on a hit sitcom, you can make a lot of money. At
Yeah.
least it's a steady paycheck.
Yeah. And like the Fusco, the creator of ALF, like when people would say to him like, "Oh, it was a really tough set," and Max Wright didn't like it and stuff. He's like, it's not that hard. They're working on a TV show.
Yeah.
It's like a good job. He's like, he felt they were being a little bit sensitive, overly sensitive. But we've been making some Ralph jokes, and they actually had a cheap Alf called Ralph. He was the rehearsal alien life form.
Oh, I get it.
Oh.
And they used him for all the rehearsals because they were worried that they'd mess up the good Alf.
Now, did they put Mishu inside of the rehearsal Alf as well? Did they jam Mishu in the
No,
rehearsal Alf?
they had a less famous little person that they put in it because it was just Ralph.
I got a really horrible trivia fact about aliens in cinema. Do you guys know that E.T. was played by a kid that had no legs?
Really?
Ooh,
Yeah, I just want to throw that out there. So Alf's a little bit more endearing than E.T. in the long run. But yeah, you can look that up. It's true. Sad but true, as Metallica would say.
Alf is also one of the most censored shows on the reruns.
Huh.
Because of all these crazy jokes and stuff they got away with at different times, they cut them out. And so I don't honestly know the episode we just watched if it's an edited episode or if it's the episode that actually
real
aired
deal.
the whole episode. They would get in trouble and refilm things before the reruns. So a show would air and they'd get bad comments or somebody'd write a letter or something to NBC and they'd make them refilm parts of the episode before it rerun. So there's one where Alf gets in the bathtub and with an electrical appliance and electrocutes himself.
Whoa.
And then they showed that once, and then they went back and redid it and took it out completely so he didn't electrocute himself. He just bumped himself on the head or something.
Oh, yeah, he got amnesia.
And got amnesia.
Yeah,
Yep. And so originally it was electrocution that gave him amnesia.
See,
That's
there's...
what I remember.
And it started with a public service announcement from Alf saying hey, don't put appliances in a bathtub. I'm a dumb alien. And so, when they reran it, that was missing too. So those are sort of holy grail things that people
there's some there's some super nerds out there that put this all together and have on the internet somewhere the Alf cuts. There've been there's got to be people that have because they always go nuts with that.
Yeah.
There's got to be the complete Alf out there that somebody has
They've-
cultivated
they
and
got
put
him
all
off-
the bits back in and
got them
some
off
weirdo.
German DVDs or something.
That kind of reminds me of a Seagal story I heard where they completely finished this movie, right? They've shot it.
and they put Tig Notaro in it.
No.
Army of Dead joke.
And Seagal goes through this thing where he becomes a Buddhist and he's all about peace, right? And he decides that he can't have anybody die in this movie.
Oh, I heard about that.
He just
Yeah.
made. They already finished it.
He killed
And a
probably
lot of people
60
probably
people
died,
in the movie.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had to go back and reshoot scenes whichever way they could, and apparently they were just totally ridiculous. At one point, they have at the end, and this is the end of the movie, where Seagal shoots the guy, and you can't see him, but you hear him say all of a sudden, "You shot me, but I'm not dead."
Oh, that's excellent. What movie was this?
I don't remember which one it was.
Go on YouTube and look up Steven
we'll have to
Seagal
try to
running.
figure it out.
There's a video of Steven
Yeah,
Seagal
yeah.
running where they put all the best running clips of him from movies.
Yeah, where he's
Go
all-
look at Steven
he's
Seagal
doing
running.
He's doing this little girl run.
Yeah, he does flap his hands like that.
Yeah. His little T-Rex run.
Oh, man.
So one other little piece of Alf information I promised to talk about is that there is an Alf movie. They did 4 seasons of the show. Show ended in 1990.
4 seasons of a movie, like Community, without the movie.
Yeah. And then in 1996 there was a movie on TV called Project Alf. And because in the last episode of Alf, the government comes and takes him.
That
They catch him in the last episode.
In my canon, that was the last episode because that's all I watched. And
Yep.
now Alf got taken away, and that's how the whole thing ended.
This is a very controversial Alf movie. People online do not like the Alf movie because it does not feature the Tanners. They completely wrote the Tanners out. Probably Max Wright was like, F you, I'm not doing it. And so they were just like, okay, no Tanners. So it's like just Alf having adventures without any of the people from the show. And I don't honestly know what happens at the end of the movie if he like gets away from the government or not. But that was it. That killed like, you know, that storyline of Alf or whatever. There was no
They've
more.
been trying to bring back Alf a few times, it sounds like, and it's just not working.
I-
Maybe we're ready.
I'm thinking that Alf is going to come back at some point if Fusco stays alive any longer and there's opportunity for it.
Well, if it gets us more clicks on this show, I'm all for it. So let's hope it gets us some more clicks.
Yeah. And if you're watching this in the future, like in 2030, and there's been like 3 more Alf shows, you can just laugh at our
We're
ignorance.
just dumbasses all the time.
Stupid dorks.
Alf might be president.
I mean, Alf. I don't think Alf would be a terrible president.
Nah.
I mean, he's pretty quick-witted. I mean, it would probably be bad for cats, but other than that, it might not be that bad.
Bad for Willie.
I mean, it'd certainly be better than, Trump, so.
So Max Wright, he's no longer with us, right?
I don't think he is. I think he's dead. Yeah, I think he's dead. Yeah.
I think he is.
Damn it.
The crack will shorten your lifespan, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max wrong.
Well, that's a great happy ending to our Alf episode.
Yeah, see, that seems like whenever we get to the part of the show where we just sadly talk about the dead cast members, that's how you know the show's over.
Make sure you subscribe if you loved all those sad facts, and if you didn't anyway, hit the button under the thing, and we're going to bring you a lot more sitcoms in the upcoming months and weeks ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Maybe another Alf someday.
Yeah.
I want you to do the Alf episode where he goes to the bath and his penis falls out, that they had to edit out.
Oh,
He had a
man,
big
yeah,
furry
that
penis,
one, yeah. That's
and
the rarest of the rare.
And they're like, hey, we can't do that.
Yeah.
They had to do a reshoot without
Yeah.
a wiener,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah. Can't see the Alfness.
yeah, that might be good.
All right. Well, I guess we're done.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I was born on Melmac on a parquet night. The moons were green and the streets were bright. I looked around and I said, I feel alright. I'm gonna rock this Melmac town tonight.
But it probably led to Alf's music career. We had those Burger King records that came out.
Oh, that's right.
The baseball Burger King record and the punk rock Burger King record.
Yeah.
I think I had the punk rock one. He had a guitar, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
$4 a year.
You could get like a little Alf doll and a record with your Burger King meal.
Sit, Ingman, sit. Good dog.